Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tempe High School, home of the Buffaloes. We are here for the 2020 MLK Classic pregame show. James Poovey alongside my co-host Vince Delicio. We are the JV Sports Show coming to you live from Tempe this morning. It's going to be a great event out here today, Vince.
It is going to be a great event. First of all, we're standing up. We're in the rafters of this historic gym. It's beautiful up here. Everything is so shiny and clean. I guarantee you by tonight it's not going to be. But there's a lot of action packed today on this Martin Luther King Civil Rights holiday. And a lot of things going on, a lot of great things going on. And we're going to interview, when we come back, we're going to interview Marc Beasley, who's the executive director of this tournament. Then we'll be talking to the district athletic director for the Tempe Union High School District, Bruce Kipper, and head basketball coach of the boys basketball team at Tempe High, Tom Saltzstein. So it'll be a lot of interesting banter, conversation going back and forth, and obviously we're going to be previewing the kids today.
Yeah, we got 6 total games today coming up. The first one tipping off, I should say, at 10 a.m. this morning, and the final game this evening, a Battle of Tempe this evening, 5:30 p.m., I believe, is the final tip of the evening. Yeah. It's going to be the McClintock Chargers and the Tempe Buffaloes right on their home court here today, so it should be a good one. We'll step aside, take a short break, and come right back here on the JV Sports Show. It's the 2020 MLK Classic pregame show. We'll be right back to Tempe after this.
Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. Angel Dentistry is where my wife and I have gone for the past 10 years and can't think of going anywhere else. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and practiced in the Valley nearly 20 years. Dr. Angel and her staff strive to provide excellent customer service from the moment you call the office to the time you leave with a smile. From general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008
Oh, we've got some down there too.
and ask about the JV
We've got
Sports
Bosa
special
though.
of free to-go.
Which are the
those are downstairs.
Bosa are the best. I'm telling you
Off
guys,
Cave
don't
Creek Road,
do
north of the
Krispy
101 in
Kreme, don't
Phoenix.
do Dunkin'.
Angel Dentistry,
And
trusted
Winchell's
partner
obviously
of
is out
the
of
JV
business.
Sports Show.
Winch was a long
At
time.
Great
Bosa,
American
though.
Title, your peace of mind
Going
is
back
our
to
highest
Bosa.
priority.
Winchell.
A real estate
I know,
transaction can
shows
be a
my age.
complicated and overwhelming process.
Today's
Let us
MLK
simplify it for
Classic
you.
sponsored
With our
by
comprehensive
Slide
list
over
of
here,
escrow
Mark.
and title
Will, and just
services, we can
post up right in the
facilitate
middle of
any
that.
transaction.
There we go.
With branches across the valley and more on the way, Great American Title is big enough to know and small enough to care. Contact Tricia Shipley at 623-760-5866 or visit their website at azgat.com. Great American Title, proud partners of the JV Sports Show.
Hey, welcome back to the JV Sports Show, the MLK Classic Edition. We're joined by, he doesn't like to be referred to, but the guy that organized this event. I'd call him executive director. He doesn't want to be called the executive director. All-around good guy. The organizer of the event, Marc Beasley. Marc, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. It's a great day. It's it's a Monday. It's beautiful weather today, but we're gonna have some good basketball inside as well.
We sure are. Now, tell us that this is the brainchild of you. You organized this event. How'd you come up with this and selecting the teams to participate?
Well, it's a concept that was born years ago with another individual over in Mesa. I approached Bruce Kipper, who you'll have on later through the Tempe Union High School District. He loved the idea. And then we sat down and we looked at the schedule. We looked at the teams that we wanted to participate, boys and girls, and really it was a great process that he and I put our heads together. But I think it's a terrific slate of games, and we're happy with it.
Okay. Now, Marc, it's been a couple of years since there's been some basketball events on Martin Luther King holiday. What was it that spurred you to get that going again and kind of stoke the fire on that great basketball tradition here, right in the middle of the season? Honestly.
Yeah, well, it had a lot of legs when we did it years before. We haven't had it since 2015.
Okay.
And so I think it was time. It was always something in the back of my head that I wanted to do. It was on my heart. Obviously, as a man who's faith-based, a man who supports the legacy and the virtues of MLK, and it's a day off, admittedly, for a lot of people, not just in the public sector, but in the private sector. And so with that, wanted to use today to celebrate MLK and watch some good high school basketball at the same time.
Well, speaking of the high school basketball, 6 games total today, 2 girls games get things started, and then 4 guys games. Talk about the level of competition, because you got some really good teams out here today.
We have some really good teams. Admittedly, I don't know a lot about the girls' side, but I'm really excited to see the Saguaro team. I mean, they're highly ranked in their conference, and obviously Mountain Point and Pinnacle are doing their thing this year. The 4 boys games I'm more familiar with, but I think that it's going to provide a lot of high-level play, a lot of athletes, good coaches too, good coaches that provide leadership and support for their respective schools and teams. And again, Bruce and I are just so excited. I mean, it's been a culmination of, since April. of last year is
Wow.
when we really started this process, and to have it finally come to fruition. I always say when the ball goes up on the first game, all of our work is done.
Yeah.
Then it's just basketball, and
Yeah.
so we're all going to be fans and watching some great games.
And the idea to blend in different levels. You know, you've got 4A, 5A, 6A today, as well as girls and boys. How did all that come to fruition? There was a lot of moving parts here.
Well, one of the things that I approached Bruce about is that I want to get some teams, obviously from the high school district involved, and that was paramount. But also with the different levels that you spoke about, Vince. You know, Dr. King, some of his virtues and characteristics are about inclusion and diversity. So we want to include boys and girls teams. We want to include dance teams and step teams. We have a great national anthem singer from Marco Sinita that's going to kick everything off for us today. So it's about getting everybody involved. It's not just basketball. It's about the students, the student athletes, the people that are being honored at halftime, some great faculty members, and the fans too. We invite everybody to come down and watch some good basketball over the course of the day.
Well, we're very pleased that you allowed us to be involved with today's program as well. And what would you say at the end of the day today? Would you come away with this and say, hey, you know what, that was a real success. I'm glad we brought that back, and let's do it again next year.
That is going to be my number one thing. Hopefully everything goes well, which I think it will. And then once probably the basketball season ends, then I'm going to probably be knocking on Bruce's door over at the district saying, hey, let's do this for year 2, and let's make it bigger and better, and get more people involved and more of the community involved. And I think, again, this will be I think something on the calendar from years on in the future.
And is your idea to keep it here at Tempe High, to move it around, and as well as, you know, on second part of that question is the teams that are participating, mix it up, get other teams in?
Well, the second part is, I mean, we'll mix up the teams, not the same teams all the time, because you have a 2-year block with the AIA. The first part of your question, I'm an old school, you know, guy. I played at Westwood, and I remember playing basketball here when I was a student. And this gym, because it has such great character, the double deckers, the seat backs up here, the theater style, and it's such a great gym with great character. It's centrally located. It's right on Mill Avenue. I think the location is terrific for a lot of the teams. So I'd like to keep it here, but obviously that's something that we'll have to do. We'll have to talk about as it goes on.
Well, obviously, Mark, we wish you well, and we look forward to we can see the event expanding into even multiple locations over the years as it gains more popularity and is a little bit more on the consistent basis. So thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it today, and thank you again for having us out. And we look forward to it's going to be a great day of basketball here at Tempe High.
Thanks for being here, and thanks for supporting us, too.
Thank you, Mark.
We appreciate you.
All right.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back here on the JV Sports Show. We'll come back, and we'll preview some of those games coming up here in about an hour from now. Take care. We'll be right back here on the JV Sports Show. Stay tuned.
Don't go away.
Sal's is synonymous with the best New York-style pizza, hands down, in the East Valley. My favorites are the lasagna pizza and grandma pizza topped with meatballs and olives. With family dinner specials every day of the year and lunch specials till 3, you can't go wrong with anything that Sal and his friendly staff serves you. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, located on the southwest corner of Gilbert Road and Warner in Gilbert. Open from 10:30 till 9, Sunday through Thursday, and 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Closed Monday. GilbertPizzaAZ.com. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, proud partner of the JV Sports Show. Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. Angel Dentistry is where my wife and I have gone for the past 10 years and can't think of going anywhere else. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and practiced in the Valley nearly 20 years. Dr. Angel and her staff strive to provide excellent customer service from the moment you call the office to the time you leave with a smile. From general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008 and ask about the JV Sports Special, a free to-go whitened tray. With or without insurance, she will work with you. Off Cave Creek Road, north of the 101 in Phoenix. Angel Dentistry,
Now we'll have to just
trusted
scoot back
partner
here.
of the JV
right up
Sports
against
Show.
the bar.
Straddle
At
that
Great
mic
American
right there.
Title,
Well,
your
that's
peace of
perfect.
mind is our highest priority. A real estate transaction can be a complicated and overwhelming process. Let us simplify it for you.
God
With
forbid
our
we
comprehensive
would
list
get to
of
interview
escrow and
anybody
title
my
services,
height.
we can facilitate
It's
any
every
transaction.
time.
With branches across
Guys,
the valley and more on the way.
Yeah,
Great
I'm
American
gonna
Title
call.
is big enough to know and
every
small
time,
enough to
everybody we
care.
talk to,
Contact
they're
Tricia Shipley at 623-760-5866
Vince, we got the donut boxes.
I know,
or
we
visit
stand
their
on that,
website
a
at
couple dictionaries or something.
azgat.com. Great American Title, proud partners of the JV Sports Show.
Exactly.
Hey, all you business owners. Vince here from the JV Sports Show. Are you a fan of junior college and small college sports? Want to reach an established and growing sports radio listening audience both locally and abroad? Partner up with the JV Sports Show. We can help promote your business while you help support exclusive coverage of junior college, NAIA, NC2A Division II and III sports. Okay. Check us out at www.jvsportshow.com and let us show you the benefits of partnering up with James and I on the JV.
I'll try not to sway or lock my knees.
Yeah.
We'll go about 8 minutes. 9. Welcome back to the JV Sports Show, this special MLK Classic edition. We're joined by Tempe Union School District Athletic Director Bruce Kipper.
Yep.
Mr. Kipper, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thank you for allowing us into the building here. This is a beautiful facility. First of all, before we get into anything, tell us about the age of this structure.
This school was built in, I'm not exactly sure, but I know it was built in the early 1900s, this school. It's been remodeled a few times, but I love this gym. It reminds me of like Hoosiers. Like it's kind of going back.
Yeah.
It's old school.
I don't know, Greg, if you could pan around, and our producer, Greg Jones here, get a little bit of the rafters here up top. Take a look at the decks.
It's an amazing facility. I've never been in here until today, Vince, but it does have that old school feel. There's not a whole lot of gyms in the Valley.
No,
a lot of California schools have this kind of bowl concept, but not a whole lot here in Phoenix.
What would you say is the capacity of this gym, roughly?
I think this thing holds about 1,500, I believe.
Okay, and it'll probably be full, I would say, at least by tonight. By that last game, big game, big game. So
it's going to be a good one.
Talk to us a little bit about the relationship. How all this started with coming up with this idea for the MLK Classic.
So I just moved to the district last year. I was the principal at Mountain Point for 10 years.
Okay.
I've spent 32 years in the district. Last year was my first year in the district, and I had known Mark. I was looking for a basketball coach a couple of years ago, and I called Mark, said, "Hey, who do you recommend?" And he gave me some names, and I know he's tied into Arizona high school basketball.
Sure.
And so I was in my new position last year, and like he said, around April, I got a call from him. He wanted to know if I'd be interested in hosting this MLK Day basketball event.
Sure.
And I'm up for anything. Like our district is awesome when it comes to community involvement, and I know that our district would be interested. Our superintendent, Dr. Kevin Mendeville, would be interested in hosting an event like this because it brings really positive news to our district. And sometimes in the school world, you only hear about the negative stuff. Yeah. And so this was a chance to do something really positive in our community, and I was on board from day one.
Well, we're all about the community and opportunities for young people, as we always say here on the JV Sports Show. How excited were the teams when you approached them about being involved in today's event?
Well, all of our schools were really excited. There were some schools that we approached that didn't necessarily want to change because all these games had to be changed from one date to another.
True.
Because they're all scheduled on a different date. And we approached some teams, and they weren't, real sure about, because they're PowerPoint games. They count towards your rankings when it comes to the state tournament. This is a regular season game just like any other game.
Sure.
And so our schools were all in. Mark kind of knew who might be interested and who might not. But we're really excited about the matchups. One thing we wanted to make sure that this was a competitive basketball event and not just we're just pairing two teams just to pair two teams. We looked for the very best matchups, and for the most part, we got the ones we wanted for the most part.
So what we ended up doing, or what you ended up doing for this tournament then, is that you're taking two teams that obviously that had the open date on their schedule and scheduled a regular season game between those two teams, right?
Correct.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, like the last game, Tempe McClintock, that's a rivalry. I mean, that's a big event and both those coaches were on board from the very get-go. They both said, "Yeah, what do we got to do?" And that, to me, there couldn't be a better way to end the night than Tempe McClintock.
Well, hopefully a lot of people here, especially in the local community right in and around Tempe, will be out here tonight because it's going to be a great day of basketball here at Tempe High School, and we're looking forward to it as well. 2 girls games, 4 guys games. And like you said, all top-level competition, and everything counts here today. Like you said, these are all regular season competition games. They count. They go towards the power points, and so they're going to be playing hard and leaving it all on the hardwood here today.
I think it's going to be a great day of competitive basketball, and on top of it, like Mark stated earlier, we're excited because all of the schools wanted to be involved outside of basketball also. Like he said, we have some groups that are performing at halftimes. We're recognizing some staff members that have been really influential in our schools and our communities. So this is like a total event.
So this is a true community event here within the Tempe Union High School District or school district. What are some of the other recognition awards that you've got going on that you may be doing here?
So Mark worked with, the one thing I'm most excited about is Mark worked with the coaches at our schools in Tempe to select one staff member that has been influential with the idea of keeping the spirit of MLK in mind also.
Understood. Okay.
That we really want to honor the legacy of MLK, and those staff members had to live up to that. And so we have 6 staff members district-wide that we're representing, that we're honoring today. It'll be at halftime, they receive a plaque. And it's just, I'm really excited about that.
Outstanding.
It's going to be a great day here at Tempe High. Thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate you coming on with us. And good luck today. We hope everything goes smoothly. And thanks again for having us involved as well.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me out.
Definitely.
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And we'll be right back here on the JV Sports Show. More action. Don't go away.
We're going to come back and preview these great games coming up here very shortly. Stay tuned on the JV Sports Show.
I wanted to ask you a question. So we are planning this fall, we would like to do a Thursday night high school wear clothing company on Twitter at Stessa Movement and Instagram at Stessa Co. I wear Stessa gear in our broadcasts. It looks and feels great. Sponsoring the Stessa JV Sports Show Player of the Week Award and proud partners of the JV Sports Show. Stessa Movement Company. Stessa spelled S-T-E-S-A for style.
Your man cave is a lie. It's not a masculine refuge. It's a basement in your wife's house. Caves don't have frilly craft store signs. Yell about it. In your man cave, no one can hear you scream. Wake up! Head upstairs and get to B-dubs, where the kegerators are just called taps. The wall color is TVs, and the wings taste like freedom. Also, your friends actually like coming here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
At Great American Title, your peace of mind is our highest priority. A real estate transaction can be a complicated and overwhelming process. Let us simplify it for you. With our comprehensive list of escrow and title services, we can facilitate any transaction. With branches across the valley and more on the way, Great American Title is big enough to know and small enough to care. Contact Tricia Shipley at 623-760-5866 or visit their website at azgat.com. Great American Title, proud partners of the JV Sports Show.
Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. Angel Dentistry is where my wife and I have gone for the past 10 years and can't think of going anywhere else. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and practiced in the Valley nearly 20 years. Dr. Angel and her staff strive to provide excellent customer service from the moment you call the office to the time you leave with a smile. From general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008 and ask about the JV Sports Special, a free to-go whitened tray. With or without insurance, she will work with you. Off Cave Creek Road, north of the 101 in Phoenix, Angel Dentistry, trusted partner of the JV Sports Show. Long Realty is the go-to.
All right, 9:25.
Friends looking for a home in the beautiful Valley of the Sun? Call Long. Selling? Call Long, and they'll make your home long gone. Call 623-584-5384 and mention the JV Sports Show to get a free market analysis. Long Realty, located in beautiful Surprise, Arizona on Grand Avenue. Sal's is synonymous with the best New York-style pizza hands down in the East Valley. My favorites are the lasagna pizza and grandma pizza topped with meatballs and olives. With family dinner specials every day of the year and lunch specials till 3, you can't go wrong with anything that Sal and his friendly staff serves you. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, located on the southwest corner of Gilbert Road and Warner in Gilbert. Open from 10:30 till 9 Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Closed Monday. GilbertPizzaAZ.com. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, proud partner of the JV Sports Show.
Hey, all you business owners. Vince here from the JV Sports Show. Are you a fan of junior college and small college sports? Want to reach an established and growing sports radio listening audience both locally and abroad? Partner up with the JV Sports Show. We can help promote your business while you help support exclusive coverage of junior college, NAIA, NC2A Division II and III sports. Check us out at www.jvsportshow.com and let us show you the benefits of partnering up with James and I on the JV Sports Show. Welcome back to the JV Sports Show. This is the MLK Classic Edition here live from Tempe High School. We're joined by head basketball coach. When we met this guy, I was looking at him like, this guy's a football coach. This is a football coach. This is Tempe boys basketball coach Tom Saltzstein. Coach, how you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. Thank you guys very much for having me on your show. I appreciate it.
Well, sure, thanks for having us out. We appreciate you.
You're the host team tonight, so give us a little well, first of all, let's talk about your team. Now, obviously, you're not having the greatest of seasons right now, but there are some bright spots. You got some kids that have been showing up to play. Tell us a little bit about those.
We have senior Cameron Schneider, number 3. He is a first off, he's an IB student, which is International Baccalaureate. And as you had mentioned earlier about being a football coach, we believe in strength training for our kids, but we also believe student athlete first. And Cameron carries a 4-point-plus GPA.
Wow, unbelievable.
We have 2 or 3 others. But he has been our offensive guy this year. He's averaging 12 points, 4 assists for us. So he's been a bright spot. As of late, we've been playing a lot better defense. So that's a bright spot for us as well.
Okay.
Talk about the game tonight, Coach, against the McClintock Chargers and that rivalry there between the two Tempe schools.
The rivalry is very exciting, very exciting. We're hoping it's a packed house, standing room only. It has been my 7 years here, regardless of whether we're playing here or at McClintock. McClintock is loaded with athletes. Chance and Armani, they're very, very, very good offensively. So we have our work cut out for us in order to be able to stop those two.
You're playing a 5A team tonight, but after tonight, looking ahead, how does the rest of the league break down for you?
In our league, Moon Valley is top notch. St. Mary's, they're top 4 in the state in the conference and top 10 overall. Shadow Mountain, although they've taken a few on the chin as of late, they're loaded again. So those 3, and then Thunderbird, Buddy Rake does a great job with those kids. I really like the way they play, and then it's us and Greenway.
Well, Coach Tom Saltzstein, thanks so much for joining us this morning, the head coach of the Tempe High Buffaloes. They're squaring off this evening at 5:30 p.m. against the McClintock Chargers. It was our pleasure, Vince, being out here today.
That's it. Just like that, 30 minutes, we're done.
Bam,
Wow.
bam.
Bam, bam. It's
all
right.
done. Thanks again for everyone having us out. Executive Director Marc Beasley, and it's going to be a great tournament today. Don't forget, you can watch the whole thing live on the NFHS Network and enjoy the games. They start here in about 30 more minutes, 10 a.m., and the last game tips off at 5:30 p.m. this evening. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it, and we'll be back next time on the JV Sports Show.